Welcome back, and don't forget that you can also check out our podcast for those who prefer listening, especially when your hands are engaged. Faith come by hearing. We are talking about embracing discomfort and spiritual growth. Now imagine a spiritual journey where the most uncomfortable moments become your greatest teachers. This isn't about finding peace in stillness, but discovering profound growth within the storm. We'll explore how embracing discomfort isn't just a byproduct of faith, but a powerful catalyst for its expansion. The comfort trap. Why do we stay stagnant? Have you ever noticed that when life feels comfortable, our spiritual seeking often takes a backseat? We get distracted by the humdrum of daily life or the allure of modern comforts. Social media, instant gratification, and an abundance of entertainment options can all contribute to a sense of spiritual complacency. It's easy to fall into a routine where prayer, reflection, and spiritual practices become less frequent. Personally, there were times in my life when things were going well when I found myself neglecting spiritual disciplines like prayer or Bible study. I would tell myself I'd make more time later, but later never seemed to come. Looking back, those periods of comfort were some of the times I grew the least spiritually. There's a subtle deception here. Satan can lull us into a false sense of security, making sin look like salvation. In these moments, we may convince ourselves that pleasure and comfort are signs of God's favor, but the truth is they can be the very things that hinder our spiritual progress. So why do we stay stagnant when we know we should be growing? The answer is often as simple as this: we don't want to rock the boat. We fear losing the fragile peace we've managed to attain. But what if discomfort isn't something to be avoided? What if it's a divine invitation to a deeper walk with Christ? The uncomfortable truth: what if suffering became the path to profound transformation? Are you willing to embrace the uncomfortable truth that suffering can be a pathway to spiritual growth? Let me reframe this concept for you. When we talk about suffering, we often associate it with pain, hardship, and misery. But what if we viewed it through a different lens, a lens of refinement? Imagine that every uncomfortable experience, every trial and tribulation is not a punishment, but an opportunity to mold your spirit, to refine your faith, and to deepen your relationship with Christ. Just as gold is purified in the fires of the furnace, your soul can be refined by the trials you endure. Throughout history, many spiritual giants have emerged from the fires of affliction. Think of Joseph, whose faith in God was strengthened during his time in prison. Consider Paul, who experienced a profound spiritual transformation during his encounter with Jesus on the road to Damascus. These individuals didn't grow in their faith because life was easy for them. They flourished because they embraced the uncomfortable moments, allowing them to become catalysts for spiritual growth. Now let's shift our perspective to the gym. Not the kind with treadmills and weight machines, but the gym for the soul. When we intentionally expose ourselves to uncomfortable situations, it builds spiritual muscle. It helps us develop resilience, patience, and faith that can withstand the toughest challenges life throws our way. We learn to lean on our faith instead of our own strength. So the uncomfortable truth is this: suffering doesn't have to break us. It can be the very thing that makes us stronger in our faith. Are you ready to step into this gym for the soul and build your spiritual endurance? Practical steps to lean into discomfort. Are you ready to take practical steps towards embracing discomfort? Here's a roadmap to help you navigate this journey. First, identify your comfort zones. Recognize the areas of your life where you feel most at ease and acknowledge the spiritual limits you set for yourself in these areas. Next, consider micro-challenges. These are small, intentional acts that stretch your boundaries just enough to build resilience without overwhelming you. For example, start with a daily prayer that thanks God for a challenging aspect of the day, or commit to studying a chapter of the Bible each week that you find particularly difficult. Also, learn to sit with it. When faced with difficult emotions or situations, resist the urge to escape through distractions or avoidance. Instead, create space for yourself to experience and process these feelings, allowing yourself to feel the full range of human emotion. Remember, growth often happens outside our comfort zones, so be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories and be prepared to face challenges head-on. As you lean into discomfort, you'll discover a new depth in your faith and a strength within yourself that you never knew you had. Embrace the journey and allow yourself to become the strongest version of yourself. Transformative power. Are you open to witnessing the transformative power of leaning into discomfort? Let's explore real-life stories that illustrate this principle. Sarah, a young woman navigating the complexities of dating and relationships, decided to lean into the discomfort of vulnerability. She began to be honest about her feelings and needs in her relationships, even when it felt scary. This act of courage led to deeper, more meaningful connections. John, a high school student struggling with feelings of inadequacy, chose to confront his discomfort head-on. He joined the debate team, forcing himself to speak up and articulate his thoughts in front of others. Through this experience, he discovered a newfound confidence and a sense of belonging. Maria, a dedicated employee facing a challenging project, decided to lean into the discomfort of taking risks. She volunteered for the project, knowing it would push her beyond her limits. In doing so, she gained valuable experience and grew both personally and professionally. Now, what did all these individuals gain by embracing discomfort? Each person discovered a hidden strength within themselves. Vulnerability led to deeper connections. Facing fears opened doors to new opportunities, and taking risks led to personal and professional growth. Leaning into discomfort allowed them to rewrite their stories and create lives that were richer, deeper, and more fulfilling. By embracing discomfort, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities that we may have never known existed. We discover inner strength, resilience, and a sense of purpose that comes from living a life true to ourselves. Are you ready to embrace the discomfort and unlock your true potential? Sustaining the journey. How can we sustain this journey of embracing discomfort? You've heard the stories, witnessed the transformations, but now it's time to discuss how we can sustain this journey. Remember, embracing discomfort isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice that requires dedication and commitment. First, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can help you shift your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as burdens, learn to appreciate them as opportunities for growth. Each uncomfortable situation is a chance to mold your character and deepen your faith. Second, view discomfort as a teacher. When you lean into discomfort, you become a student of life. You're open to learning and evolving. Every challenge has a lesson to impart. Every uncomfortable experience holds a piece of wisdom that can guide you on your spiritual journey. Finally, understand that this is a lifelong practice. Spiritual growth isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. Embrace the ebbs and flows of life, the seasons of comfort and the times of challenge. Both are opportunities for growth and both are part of your spiritual evolution. As you continue on this path, you'll find that your faith becomes more resilient, your character grows stronger, and your connection with Christ deepens. Are you ready to sustain your journey? To keep embracing discomfort as a path to spiritual growth. Remember, you don't have to conquer every challenge alone. Reach out to your spiritual community, lean on your faith, and trust in the transformative power of embracing the uncomfortable moments of life. It's time for action. Now that you've considered the transformative power of embracing discomfort, it's time for action. Take a moment to reflect on the message shared today. Ask yourself, what areas of your life are you avoiding? Where are you staying comfortably numb instead of growing spiritually? Once you identify these areas, it's time to create a plan. Set small, achievable goals that will help you move forward. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start small, be consistent, and trust in the process. By taking action, you'll break free from the comfort trap and embrace a deeper, more meaningful spiritual journey. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Reach out to your spiritual community, seek guidance from mentors, and lean on your faith as you take these steps. Your spiritual growth is a valuable investment in your life. Embrace the discomfort, trust in the journey, and watch as your faith blossoms into something beautiful and resilient.